Are we in existence? Yeah, it's a new stream apparently. Well, sod you, YouTube and OBS. That is your fault, not mine. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to literally the same stream, but not as YouTube would have you believe it, because why not? I would like to start by thanking the guy who donated $100 to Reddit for a donation that happened while technically, actually, I'd pressed start streaming, but YouTube decided it didn't care. So thank you very much for that. You've not missed the stream. You've got a little bit of it left. As it happens, because I'm actually very angry at this point, though very happy for the donation, thank you, am going to put on my Crinkles playlist to hopefully help me calm down. Ah, very nice. Right. Let's have a quick look at the analytics which has appeared, interestingly. Why is that? I don't know. But I will have to, I guess, delete the video that said I'm currently streaming because YouTube has decided we're now on a different stream, which we're not. It's just bad. So I guess we're just going to have to delete that. Screw you. So let's have a quick gander at analytics, which was the page I was on. Give you some quick stats. That is not the page it was on. What page is it then? Ah, dashboard. It gives me pointless information along with actually useful information. Right, watch time down 29%. Views down 22%. Revenue down 28%. And that's despite the huge donations we're getting as well. Thank you very much. So, there we go. Thank you for that. I'm in an awful mood. And actually have been quite a few times recently. So, sorry about that. People have no patience. Yeah, probably me, most of all. Because I'm actually very annoyed with what's all going on at the moment. And it's just very, very irritating. But there we go. What can I do? South Africa and Brazil are our first ports of call to improve treasure. Brazil. There we go. Let's go. I don't know why OBS has done this. It's concerning, though. I'll tell you that, because this, what OBS has done, and actually the stuff with Floor 48 is a real problem, and I'll preface it to explain why. When something goes wrong, hopefully we are able to learn from what has gone wrong. We learn from our mistakes and we improve on the basis of it. And I love doing that. That's why constructive feedback is good. And also, if I didn't allow people to give constructive feedback, I'd be a hypocrite because I complain profusely when anything is wrong in my view. And people should be able to do the same with me as long as they're not impolite, as I try not to be myself. But sometimes things go wrong for no apparent reason, or the reasons for which they went wrong are not clear, which is the same thing really, or the reasons for which they went wrong cannot be rectified. That is called dysteleological suffering, if you want the philosophical term, which I bet none of you did, but you've got it now, which means suffering against purpose. It has no purpose. It doesn't help you improve your life or your methods of living to get from that problem happening again. It's something that doesn't help you develop or can't be fixed. That is dysteleological suffering. Teleology being about purpose. And that's what this stream, now streams, has been a whole lot of. Dysteleological suffering, which is difficult to say when you're tired and angry. No alcohol, though, this time. And that is what has occurred. A whole lot of that. So I can't learn from it. I can't improve anything from it. Things have just gone wrong. And I have no way of fixing that, because the things that went wrong either had no reason to go wrong, or are not explained as to how they went wrong, or went wrong when doing exactly the same as has always worked normally, especially with floor 38. So there we go. No treasure either. Hurrah. 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 But thank you very much for the donation. The guy donated $100 to Reddit. It's now far exceeding that number. Very, very kind of you. Thank you. And I feel like I should be more happy than this. But I mean, in my current state, believe me, this is my happy voice. Hurrah. It's really quite rotten at the moment. Really quite rotten. I had more banking troubles as well, actually. My bank, which I was telling you about a couple of streams ago, when I it was the reason why I was unhappy, has continued to be useless. I shan't name them, so that they have a chance to rectify the situation before I tell you all that they're bad and encourage you not to use them. But at the moment, it's looking like I will end up doing that. They have been absolutely useless in sending me what I need, but oh boy, have they sent me a lot of what I don't need. Their emails are at the moment by far the worst banking emails I have ever seen. They are twee and ridiculous and nothing like what you'd expect from an organisation that handles your money. It's absurd and I'm unhappy with it, and it's not a special email list that's like clowns@bank.co.uk. This is just email list 2 or something like that. And so that might have important stuff on that email list, but I blocked it because I do not want their terrible emails. And then that means that I might find that useful things won't come through because they're sending useful things on the same email list as their absolutely useless communications, which I could definitely do without. I like my emails people send to be useful. You know, I feel like I should be able to expect that from a bank, but apparently not this one. So there you go. Anyone else want to express or vent? I enjoy venting. I enjoy listening to other people venting. Sometimes listening to other people complain about how bad their life is at this current point makes you feel better about yours. And there shouldn't be any shame in that, as long as you don't gloat. If it's a private feeling of enjoyment, it can't really be bad. So anyone else want to complain about anything? Or have I just lost everyone? Maybe. That's not quite the right way to phrase it. Reddit enjoys our suffering. I mean, no. I enjoy some tales of suffering because it might make me feel better. But the way you phrased it, which is probably deliberate, is not the right way of phrasing it. Could we get actual vents from anyone? Or are we just sort of just memes, really, and I don't know if anyone was really particularly intently listening to what I had to complain about. Does it matter? I don't know, I probably feel like it does, but maybe it doesn't. It's just all a bit rubbish. My dog ate my $15 steak and I'm not too happy about it. No, that does sound quite bad. I died in Persona 5 and had to do a mini-boss again. Can't say I understand the context of that, but commiserations. My pizza was raw on the underside but completely burned on the other side. Oh, that is quite... That is not good. Rip on that. Do you have a pizza plate, as in a pizza cooking tray, that have sort of holes in them to help with even cooking of it so that the underside is cooked? They're quite good. I think you can get them relatively cheaply. Well, my laptop got bust and it doesn't work anymore and I can't afford a new one. Oh, that is... See, that is really bad. Normally it just works. Well, yeah, exactly like this. Isn't that dysteleological suffering, if you've ever seen it? There's your first example of it. Go and tell your friends about dysteleological suffering. It's actually, again, very difficult to say. It's worked before and for some reason it now doesn't. My bike got stolen, $500 gone. That's absolutely dreadful. I hope that whoever stole it is brought to justice and your bike is brought back. Isn't it good to share with each other in our own personal misfortunes? We see what other people have suffered at and we think, oh, maybe what I'm experiencing isn't so bad. We commiserate that person, poor person, but also think, well, thank goodness I'm not in their position. That's okay to think privately, which I've just said publicly, but I'm just trying to illustrate the point, that actually sharing in each other's suffering is, I think, a very healthy and good thing to do, and also helps us to provide large amounts of sympathy across the group. Inferior treasure across the whole chapter. Annoying for grinding. How do you only have 55k subs? You're a great and good YouTuber. Well, thank you for saying that. You might be part of a dying breed because everything's going down the analytics. But thank you. My mum thinks that unhealthy to share that. I can understand that point of view, maybe. I don't agree with that point of view, but everyone's entitled to their point of view, and I'm glad she's expressed hers. Good. I would suggest that it is a healthy thing to do because we are telling people about our suffering instead of bottling it up, and that allows both us to have a release and them to give us sympathy to make us feel better. And again, for us to, although it is slightly schadenfreudery, but if done privately, fine, to revel in the fact that actually we're not quite as badly off as some of the other people whose experiences we're hearing about. I think it's a good thing to do. Rather than bottling it up and then just being miserable yourself. Sharing communally in misery is healthy, I would posit, because of the aforementioned reasons. And then there's the off chance that actually what's happened could be rectified by the group. Playing Cuphead and giving up on Dr. Carl's robot, I think that's just a good decision, personally. Why has Reddit gone philosophical? Because I was a philosophy student and I did philosophy A-level and I like philosophy and I think it can say a lot to help us. And I hope that what I've just suggested will help us. I'm more a philosopher than a gamer. I'm more a philosopher than actually the degree that I'm going to do at university, but it's besides the point. Already got the place accepted and long since applied for, so we'll just go with it. What's your advice on being cat food? My account is decaying, so I just can't get cat food. So the first thing, cat food, like with money, actually, the best way to have lots of it is not to spend it. So just try your very best not to spend it. You just need that restraint and to not spend it until you get to enough cat food for a guaranteed Uber roll, be that $7.50 for a starter special or $1,500 normally, and then only spend it there. If you can have the restraint to just keep stocking up on cat food through logging in on special reward days, completing stages, completing missions, you will get that cat food. And also doing ads for cat food. That helps if you've got the time. You can sort of do it as a background activity. I mean, it's a bit distracting, but sort of works while watching television that you're not sort of intently looking at. or during an ad break, say. Very good. I also like philosophy, but I don't like lessons about philosophy in school. Did you also have the same experience? No. Actually, I'm afraid I can't share with you in that point of misery, though my commiserations nonetheless. I had a very good RS teacher in my secondary school, which was the point at which encouraged me to do philosophy, and then hello. Then my philosophy tutoring was good. There is a spider coming to say hello. Hello, spider. Nice to meet you. Could I kindly encourage you to go away, please? Ah, well, joke's on you. He tried to run off my piece of paper, by which time it was already in the air, so he's floating down onto the ground somewhere, which is very strange, but there we go. Okay, there's the other one. Where's South Africa? There it is. Okay. What do you want to be when you're older? YouTuber, which isn't looking great at the moment, but there you go. Other things, maybe a philosopher, you know. I do like talking about this stuff with all of you, and I still do want to contend that sharing in our misery is a good thing to do. I mean, everyone's entitled to their opinion, but I would like to change your opinion on that, because I really think it's a healthy thing to be doing with people instead of bottling it up and having a private sense of pain. We have a communal sense of rebuilding and dialogue. I guess in a similar way to how probably just season 1 of 13 Reasons Why might have brought about a discussion on suicide instead of people bottling it up and not talking about it because it's a societal taboo. What did you get in philosophy? I got an A star. Hurrah! Hooray! I wasn't expecting it either. Grade boundaries weren't very low for an A star, so I was proud of myself that I got that. I just keep relating everything to 13 Reasons Why, really, but there we go. I feel like it was a sensible relation, perhaps. It's great, isn't it? This tries to make profound social point. People, you don't have to worry if you have Togaluga. Well, you know, I shouldn't disparage the conversations that people enjoy. Superior treasure, good, hurrah. It's just, I don't know, always feels demoralising, but maybe I should just attempt to become less demoralised. Not the attitude I'd apply to others. We should always cater for how they feel, but maybe I'm in the point of responsibility to just accept that people aren't interested in what I have to say. But no, I'm going to try and make you interested. I think there's a lot to be gained from philosophical discussion. I'm watching Reddit while my sister's watching 13 Reasons Why in the same room, lol. Tell her she has good taste. That is some good media consumption there, if I may say so myself. I think there's very little better in like a school environment, say, than sitting around in a circle and actually having an honest discussion about your feelings and like mental health and that sort of thing. I mean, that was basically my philosophy classes, really. Make myself a coffee, sit down at my desk, have a chat with everyone, and then we'd realise that we were way off learning all the stuff on the spec we needed to. But we had great fun having our chats. A sort of everyone can be in confidence of everyone else to just talk about their innermost feelings and worries and slightly dark opinions. You know, that is really healthy. What music is this? This is free, literally actually, because Crinkles is no copyright, by Crinkles, who I found from Azuma, who's a very good YouTuber. Very nice, calmly titled videos and drinks tea, and you know that's not what makes him good. I'm just describing Azuma from his streams. And Crinkle's a very kind of underappreciated ambient music person, so I definitely suggest you have a look at what they make. So Reggie, how did your old A levels go? Got 3 A stars, hurrah! You had a good philosophy class, yeah. I did like the sort of the community atmosphere of it. I mean, I'm still awful at human interaction, but it was a lot easier in a class like that. I mean, hence why I'm behind a screen and talking to you like this. Much more comfortable. Be frozen in fear if you were actually there. Though I guess if this was replicated in a real life environment, what it would be me standing still frozen in social anxiety, whilst you were all huddled in a circle talking about Neckalugas. Anyway, he says extremely bitterly when these are the people taking time out of their day to watch his stream. Oh well, it's Reggit, you know. We give him a pass, he's always miserable. It's true. Thank you for the pass. Bluminette, well done. Thank you. Yeah, very glad. I sort of predicted about 3 A's. So the star was the icing on the cake, the star on the grade. Stop talking so low yourself, it makes me sad. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Self-deprecation is another thing I'm all for, because you know that when you say it, you're not offending yourself, but if someone else says it, it can be mortally offending and horrible. So if you get in there first, people are less likely to say it. And also taking a pessimistic view of yourself makes the actual, possibly in my example, mediocre reality of myself a lot more pleasant than if I had a high expectation of myself. I think there is a lot of good to be found in pessimism. Now, this, I've realised I need to sort of caveat this. I mean pessimism about what will happen in the future. Pessimism about what has happened isn't useful. It's good to find silver linings in things. Because then you can look at what's good in the situation, what you can learn from it. But don't be afraid to say, well, that was bad. But I'm talking about looking forward to what will happen, like, oh, I think my channel growth will grind to a halt. I may even start losing subscribers and I'll have to get a real job and it's all going to be miserable and awful. Then, if I am able to make a living off of YouTube, maybe only just, I would be really happy. Rather than if I say I can achieve my goal, and then if I did manage to live off YouTube, but in relative poverty, which is what it probably would be, but I'd be willing to accept that being able to do YouTube as a living, then I'd be disappointed perhaps that I couldn't live better. So I think being pessimistic about the future, unless you are naturally optimistic, in which case go for that, is a better way to think. I love being philosophical and suggesting these things, you know? Reggit ain't no gamer. He's a very bad gamer. Reggit philosopher. That's your boy. Thank you, low power mode. Flipping low power mode. I'm going to need to go soon. But thank you for listening to me. Hopefully this time round we'll get treasure. But we'll be pessimistic. We'll assume we won't. And then we can be happy if we do get it. I guess I'll just gradually start to fade out now, really, because we're only going to go to the end of this level. Thank you for my donators, Huskers, and the guy who donated $100 to Reddit. Another $50 to add to the total. It's going to be a big one. So thank you very much for that. And that will be it. We'll just beat this and then we will depart. Not the mortal coil. That's what came to my mind rather worryingly when I said depart. That or final destination, I guess. Anyway, it's a victory and cat food. Oh, did it quickly enough. But no treasure. Well, okay, there's our silver lining of some cat food. I will see you possibly all later. This stream will probably be a link from the other stream because YouTube's decided it's two separate streams and OBS has decided to sod off mid-stream, which is nice of it. Thank you, OBS. Other than that, have a nice day. And you know what I could do? Actually, I could have this stream up and link the other one from it because actually the other one was me just being really angry and sad. So this is a more positive one. So we can have this one instead. I might do that. You'll see anyway. You'll be there in the future. Who knows if I will. I probably will. As the channel slowly grinds to a halt. Oh well. I hope you'll stay with me anyway. Ta-ra to you all. And see you later.